Hey, what's going on, guys? And happy Saturday. So I know it's been a while since I've done something on a Saturday, so I hope you guys enjoy this one. So today we are going to talk about how your partner is a reflection of you. So let's jump right into this. Most times when we get into relationships, we are looking for this person to fulfill us, to complete us, to make us feel better than we've ever felt in our lives. And so we ask ourselves, okay, well, who's the person for us? Who's this perfect person? And when you finally find that person, the person is not necessarily perfect, but they're perfect for you. But when you find this person, now you have to evaluate if this person is a reflection of you. And how do you know, right? How do you know if this person is a reflection of you? Well, you have to ask yourself, how do they treat you, right? Do they talk to you any type of way? Do they disrespect you in public? Or do they have respect for you when you're not around, right? Or how do they treat other people? Are they yelling at people? Are they screaming and hollering at people? See, a lot of times we get into our relationships and we find the right person and we try to settle down and we try to look for a person who's going to fulfill everything within us. And then we find that person. But then that person starts to show us their demons. Yeah. See, we all have demons. You, me, everybody. And we all have things that we're fighting, right? Because we're trying to embrace ourselves through our relationships. And your relationships reflect back to you where you are at in life. Like, if you're with a person who doesn't respect you, it's probably because you don't respect yourself. If you're with a person who looks down on you, it's probably because you look down on yourself, whether that's consciously or subconsciously. And sometimes we don't realize this. We don't realize that we are just so accustomed to our feelings that we don't think that how we walk out into the world and see the world and deal with people, that it's going to come back to us based upon the people that we choose. And so why do you choose this person? Or why this person is drawn to you? Most times it's because of where you're at. Where you're at in life is going to determine the person you're going to wind up with. And most times that person winds up staying with you because that person is content with who they are. They're content with where they're at. They're content. They don't want to change. They're saying, hey, this is who I am. And so what do you do? What do you do when this person embarrasses you? When this person is so comfortable with yelling at you in public that it makes you question your own value, your own self-worth? Well, you have to ask yourself, is this a reflection of you? Is this person reflecting back to you something that you've been ignoring? Maybe you've been ignoring your own value. You've been ignoring your own worth. You've been ignoring your own beauty as a person. Maybe you've been ignoring your own strengths, your own possibilities. Maybe you've been ignoring it for so long, and this person is just reminding you of that. See, sometimes we think that our strength comes from these moments of things just going right. But that's not true. Our true strength comes from when we're low. And I mean real low. I mean we're low on the ground, getting beat down. And in that moment, we have two choices. We could die right there. That could be it. This is the end. This is the story. This is how it ends. Or we could rise up, right? And then we rise up. In that moment, we realize who you're telling me I am is not who I am. It's who I either made you believe I am. It's who I belittled myself to be with you so that we can be together. But in that moment, you become stronger. You become more fierce. And how do you know if this person and what this person is reflecting back to you? They're reflecting back to you, either you're going to continue to take this abuse, you're going to continue to be belittled, you're going to continue to be embarrassed, or you're going to want to rise up and you're going to want to be who you're truly meant to be, the true version of you, right? Now, what if you meet the right person? Well, hey, that right person, they're going to know how to treat you right. You're not going to have to ask them, hey, can you be a little nicer? Hey, can you, not yell at this person? Because me and you are together, so you're a reflection of me. So I wouldn't do that to them. So can you not do that? You're not going to have to ask them. Because you'll be where you're meant to be in life. You'll be at the space that you're meant to be at. You'll be the person you're meant to be. But until then, you're going to keep meeting these people over and over again that are just not good for you. And truthfully, you might not be good for them. You might be thinking to yourself, yeah, man, see, this person not good for me. No. You could be not good for them too. Because sometimes, like I ran into this with a friend of mine, right? And sometimes we're in a process of healing. We're going through a spiritual detox, right? An emotional detox. Our relationships, when we have toxic relationships, we become accustomed to thinking that this is normal. Oh, this is healthy. This is a healthy relationship. Us yelling at each other, us living our lives with all gas, no brakes, us living our lives to the fullest and being impulsive, me yelling at you, me throwing things at you, that's normal. That's love, right? And you start to believe that that's what it is. This is how you should be loved. And it becomes an addiction. The addiction is that need to be desired, that need to be wanted, that need to be looked at and admired and uplifted. But then that need to be belittled and put down and questioning your own value and crying over this person and your heart wrenching and breaking. That's when you know you're in a toxic relationship, because you go back again and again and again. Until one day you say, I don't deserve this. And you know what? You're right. You are 1,000% right. You don't deserve it. But what happens is that you meet this person. The person that's going to help you to be the best version of you. And when you meet that person is not all over the place. That person is not crazy. That person is not trying to argue with you. Your life is not Jerry Springer or Maury or any of these toxic shows that, Housewives of Atlanta, right? We're not living that life. That's TV. It's not real, right? And so what happens when we meet this person and they're good for us? At first, we're like, yeah, this is what I deserve. And then later on, you realize you don't deserve it. And how do you know you don't deserve it? Because you start to treat the person how you used to be treated. You treat the person horrible. You put them down. See, we think to ourselves, why didn't our relationships work out? Because we had an addiction. Our relationship didn't work out because we may have been putting our demons, our anxiety, our stress, our worries, our fears, our toxicity onto all the people that we were trying to love or that was trying to love us. Now, this is no judgment. I've been there. But when you finally find that person that really is healthy for you, you're going to realize how unhealthy you are. You're going to realize how much time, how much work you need to work on within yourself, how much effort you need to put in, right? You know, because sometimes you don't, when you're in a toxic relationship, you're on this roller coaster. It's going around and around and around and around. And you don't understand how come you can't get off. Because you don't want to. But when that moment happens and you want to, and you finally just walk a normal road, life is not ups and downs and ins and outs and peaks and valleys. It's just you walking straight and enjoying the breeze. And that's boring. Because when that's your life, now you have to, and it's only born because of you're being accustomed to toxic relationships. So now that you're in this situation and you're healthy, or you're having a healthy relationship, you're realizing how unhealthy you are, how much work you have to do. And so sometimes the people that we try to love, or that try to love us, it hurts. Love hurts. It hurts us all. Listen, I've been in love and it was painful. It was painful. It was so painful that, I had to take time to relearn to love myself, because I was believing that thought, that belief that this person was imposing upon me, that was who I was. And it wasn't. That was the moment where I was on the ground getting ready to die, and I decided to rise up and be who I really am meant to be. And the truth is, you are the same way. The question is, are you in a relationship where it's toxic? It's not good for you. You might not be good for the person, because you might be overly analytical or judgmental or critical or condescending or egotistical. That person might not do well with those behaviors, so they respond rebelliously. They start doing drugs and drinking. See, a lot of times we think our relationships fail just because they fail. They fail because of our own insecurities. And our insecurities become imposed upon other people, and then their insecurities become imposed upon us, and the cycle continues. And so we live in a world of insecurity, instead of living in a world where we create self-assurance, self-confidence, and build ourselves up so that we can be centered within ourselves. Being self-centered is not a bad thing. Being selfish is, and I'll break this down very quickly. Selfish is having an abundance of things and choosing not to give. Being self-centered is being centered so that you can attract abundance, and not only that, but be able to give in abundance. So, whoever you wind up being with, you wind up choosing, you wind up having be your reflection, make sure that you love yourself first. Because other than that, they won't love you. They won't be the dream that you dream of, because you haven't dreamed your own dream. So I hope this was helpful. I love you guys. I hope you guys enjoy your weekend. And I will see you on the next episode. Peace.